Hey, it's Vitality, and we are back. And today we're going to look at the NJSJ's H100 RGB gaming speakers. And we have them right here with us. Now, they're not real big. And I hate to be a snob or everything, but I have got so used to my big old studio speakers that I've forgotten how small some computer speakers actually are nowadays. And we're going to just go ahead and unbox this right here. What do we got here? We have a little happy sticker. Is it happy or unhappy? And it says you have a 24-month product warranty. Gives you QR codes to scan for Facebook and their official website. And it has a Facebook user group and stuff like that. I'm guessing this is the user's manual. We'll look at that if we have to. Go ahead and get into the box. Has a little plastic insert on the top here to protect the speakers. We'll set that out to the side. And the two speakers, cables, another little plastic insert like the top to protect the speakers. Unfortunately, when this was shipped to me, they shipped it just like that. And the shipping stickers are all over it where you can't read the instructions and stuff on the back or anything else. So that's a crying shame. I was thinking about buying a set of speakers for the other computer that's over here behind me. Y'all really can't see it. It's one that I've owned several years ago, and I gifted it to a young gamer content creator here in town locally, and I got robbed in August of last year, and in September I had to build me a new computer, and he liked my new computer so much that he had me build him one. So after I got him his built, he brought this computer back to me and left it with me. Actually, he was having problems with it, and he brought it out to me and then had me build him one. And we sold the video card out of that to defray the cost of his motherboard and his computer case. And then a viewer sent me a video card this year, so I got it back up and going. But all that was wrong with it was the CPU cooler. One of the fans was failing, so I put a new CPU cooler in it and replaced the video card that we had sold. And lo and behold, it's actually still a really good computer. Back to these speakers, like I said, they're not real big. This puts it in perspective here. 3-inch drivers. And I do have some questions about it that, you know, we're going to figure this out right now, because it says it's plug and play and it's USB powered, but it's not clear. Is this set up to where Windows, when you plug it in via USB, does Windows see it as another audio device? Or do you have to plug this auxiliary cable into the sound card on the motherboard? I think it's kind of stupid if you have to. In the day, you know, especially since it's already going to be plugged into USB. But we're gonna answer that question in a minute. It's not the end of the world if you have to. It's just, I think it's kind of stupid. And one of the other things I'm noticing is that these cables are hardwired into the speakers, both speakers. And it's a mess, as you can see. Now, I wish that one of these would, or both, were some kind of like an RCA jack type setup. We could just plug one into one, plug in here, and then plug into the other, and then plug out when as needed. I'm not sure which side is which. Is this marked? Nope. I'm going to assume that this is the right speaker. We're going to run with that. There are some rubber pads on the bottom, and it's got tape on them. You're supposed to peel that tape off. That way it keeps it from sliding. I am not going to take them off because I've got half a notion to gift these to somebody. And they might make somebody a perfect set of speakers that they could carry in their laptop bag or something when they're out and about. So we're going to see. There's about 4.1 feet of space between these two speakers. There's plenty of room. Well, moment of truth. Let's just plug it straight into the USB. I'm betting that has to be plugged into a sound card, into the headphone jack. Hey, everybody. I got the speakers hooked up. Got to listen to them and checking them out. And let's try to get all the negatives out of the way first. Let's start with their marketing here on the package. Right here where it says USB 2.0 powered. It doesn't matter what USB port you plug these in because they don't do anything but power the speakers. 2.0 is talking about a certain standard in USB. It's basically a speed rating, how much data it can transmit or deal with per second. USB 2.0, USB 3.1, USB 3.2, USB-C. Those all are talking about certain speed requirements that USB port has to meet to handle whatever device that you're hooking into it. Like, so you have something that requires USB 2.0, like most older audio interfaces, stuff like that. And while we're at it, let's get back over here to right here where it says plug and play. Now, in the modern age of computers and being in the 21st century, what plug and play means and what this actually does is two different things. Plug and play means that if you have the appropriate Thunderbolt device, you plug it into the appropriate Thunderbolt port, it's going to work. Or if you have the appropriate USB device and you plug it into the appropriate USB port on your computer, odds are Windows is going to find the drivers for it, download them, install them, and your device is just going to work. That USB 2.0 and that plug and play, neither one apply to this device. Because all it does over that USB cable is power the device up. It doesn't handle any data of any kind. You can't even sync the RGB up. But the truth of the matter is you could take this USB wall wart, plug it in, plug these speakers into this wall wart, hit the power button, and they'd power right up. It wouldn't matter. Another misconception, I've seen people talk about how these are 10-watt speakers. No, they're not. And they say that because the box says 5 watts times 2. That's 5 watts per speaker. So it's just 5 watts. And that's supposed to be 5 watts peak, by the way. And I doubt very seriously if they're actually hitting 5 watts because the math is not adding up at 5 volts, 2 amps. I don't see how they're getting 5 watts, okay? They also say the frequency range is 20 hertz to 20,000 kilohertz. I seriously doubt it. But all that aside, don't fall for any of this crap on the box. It's at best it's misleading. At the worst, it's wrong. Okay. These speakers are going to fall into that category of you get what you pay for. They're $28.99 on Amazon. They're not the worst I've ever seen. They're not the best I've ever seen. In my particular case, I would probably consider these something that I would give to my young grandchildren if they needed speakers for their computer or their iPad or whatever that they could hook it up to, and they needed a decent little set of speakers. My grandkids would be glad to have them, and B, they're at a price point where I wouldn't feel bad if a month, 2, 3 months down the road they got broke. It wouldn't be the end of the world. And if they lasted several years and my grandkids were, hey, it's a win-win. But if they failed in a couple of months, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Now we'll go back to the box here, because on the box it says that it has a 2-year guarantee. I'm betting that they're counting on the fact that you'll never try to send these back and get a replacement. Because here's the reality: right now shipping is so high, trying to send these back to them would cost more than it would to just go buy another set. And and you would have to pay the return shipping, and they're counting on the fact that you're not going to do that. So it's easy to put that on the box. I'm not saying that they wouldn't send you a set. I'm just saying that they're counting on the fact that you're not going to, when you go try to ship them back, and realize that it's going to cost you more to send them back than to just go buy another set of speakers. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not going to spend $30, $40 to send them back to get a set of speakers that cost $28.99 plus tax. I'm just not going to do it. That being said, the audio is not bad. They're not bad. The RGB's pretty. At the end of the day, if you're on a budget and this fits in your budget, then there's worse choices out there. Let's pull this up right quick and bring this microphone around. This isn't going to be like a really true representation of the audio, but especially since I don't have anything really good to play for you that I own the copyright to. I'm gonna play something that I own the copyright to. That way I don't get in trouble, or if they try to give me trouble, I can spank their hand because it's mine. I can do whatever I want with it. Okay, that's just a little bit of audio, and I'm playing that kind of give you an idea of what the audio sounds like. It's not bad. It's I think the audio and the RGB is probably about the best thing about these little speakers. And I'm not really into RGB. It's just that nowadays everything you have just has it, like my keyboards, my computers, my fans, and there's some cons, but at this price point, if you're on a budget and you're looking for a gift to give to like your children or your grandchildren or something, like I said, there's worse choices out there. So I don't give them a real high rating because of they're not true USB audio devices. This is the 21st century. We shouldn't have to be dealing with a auxiliary plug to plug it into a headphone jack or into an audio output on the back of the computer. They touted it that it's USB 2.0 with the little powered under it. They touted it as plug and play, and technically it is plug and play, but it's not plug and play as like it's supposed to be in the 21st century. I think I've said it once, I'll say it again. At best, it's confusing, at worst, that is wrong, and they shouldn't even have that on the package. I'm going to move them over to the other computer and hook them up, and I'll use them over there for when I'm actually working on that computer. And most time I'm working on this computer, and if I have to do a bunch of updates or something like that and tie this one up, then I go over there and I watch like YouTube or Hulu or something like that. And to me personally, that's all these speakers are good for. I wouldn't game on them. I wouldn't mix music on them. I wouldn't work on audio for video production on them. Although they could do it in a pinch. They're just, yeah. So I hope that covers everything and answers your questions on these speakers. As long as they stay under that $30 price point, you could do a lot worse. I wouldn't give more than the 30. The only way I would spend more than 30 is if they address some quality issues, got that Bluetooth where it was ironed out and working correctly, and turned it into a true USB audio device with drivers that Windows could find and you wouldn't have to mess with. Make it a true plug and play. Anyway, until next time, this is Vitali over at OG Gamers, OG Gamer Live. If you want to support the channel, you can click that subscribe, click that notification bell so you get notified of new content when it goes up. If you really want to support it more than that, you could always consider clicking that super thanks and donating that way, or you could click the membership and come up, become a member. We are going to be adding new member-only content, and hopefully y'all will jump over and start catching that when that goes up. Y'all stay safe. This is Vitali over here, and I'm out of here.